The intent of my piece is about, well, I'm going to call it In Between, and it's about the in-between time when someone's like passed away and they're not necessarily ready to move on to either heaven or wherever that person believes, and the other people that are still on earth are trying to grieve and get over the fact that they lost someone they loved. And so my piece is based around a couple, which is Rachel and Ryan, and Ryan has passed away and Rachel's trying to grieve, and I have 6 other dancers, and they're supporting Rachel. They're her friends and family, and it's kind of showing how they're struggling in the beginning, but by the end they can both move on. I do a lot of choreography on my own. I've always really loved to choreograph, and so what I do really throughout the week is I listen to the song on repeat, whether I'm going to class or whether I'm just sitting at home, and I map out how I want the piece to go, if I want duets or a group or unison, and then from there I'll come up with a base of choreography, and I'll bring that to my dancers, and then I'll kind of play with it on them and see what I like and keep switching it with them. I mean, they're really helpful, because without them, I mean, I can only see it in my head, but some of it's not physically possible, so. Oh my gosh, I love my cast so much. They're so fantastic. They're really supportive of my ideas and my process, and I mean, it can be a little draining because my rehearsal's Tuesday nights at 9 p.m., so we go to 10 or 10:30, which is hard for them, but I mean, they push through and they work really hard, and they give me what I need and more, so I'm very lucky. My mentor is Liz Shea, and she was my mentor for a hammer and nail piece last year, and I also did a more narrative piece, and so I knew that she was really good about coming up with a storyline and how to portray that through movement. So I'm working with her again, and it's really helpful because, I mean, I have a pretty set idea about what I want, and then she'll take it and she'll help me figure out oh, well, this spacing will help show this better, or the flow needs to be different here. So I mean, it's really helpful, and it's nice because I can just go in and talk to her for a long time, and we can figure it out, and then it fixes all the problems that I seem to be having. I mean, the biggest difference is that I got to pick my own music. And I had actually gone into this whole process thinking I was going to use a different piece of music than I'm using. But, I mean, after talking to Liz, we decided against my original piece, and then I picked this one, and it's really inspired me. And the difference is that for Hammer and Nail, I wouldn't get that music till after I'd already started, so it was pretty much I was choreographing without music and then just putting my choreography on top of the music. And this, I do some of that, but I'm trying to really tie it into what the music is providing. So and I know some of my dancers have told me the music's pretty inspirational. I mean, it's a pretty intense piece, and so I think it's a good balance between the two. Not really. I do a lot because I have a creative writing minor, so I like to do a lot with narrative, poetry, nonfiction, fiction. But this, I actually got this idea last year when I started working on my hammer and nail piece. That's when I heard the one song that I was originally going to use, and it just I just thought about it. Well, I had originally thought about doing a piece about that everyone was like a ghost and trying to get in between. I thought maybe it could be portrayed better if there was one specific character. I just thought that'd be easier for the audience. So I've been thinking about this piece since last April, and then I've just kind of gone from there, and it's been growing more and more, but it just kind of came about in my mind. Looking at the blog, because it's awesome, and that you should definitely come to our show on December 11th, because, I mean, it's free, first of all, which is awesome, and it's full of amazing dancers and amazing choreography, and I don't know, I just feel blessed to be around all these wonderful people, and you should come watch it.